Merry meet Virgo, Virgo sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all of you Virgos, starting today, the 13th of August, 2023. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on Twitch is the lovely Dre. Moderating on YouTube is the lovely Shirley. Thank you so much, Dre and Shirley. And thank you to Virgos and friends of Virgos for joining us today for this 2-week reading. If you're watching a restream on YouTube and you don't want to watch me shuffle, use the timestamp right in the video description to get right over to the reading. Today I'm reading with this beautiful Tarot of Marseille by the artist Polka, and I've already purified with this beautiful Vervain by Panier des Sens. You can find information about purchasing these products in the video description of this very video on my YouTube channel. Virgo, like I said, this is a 2-week reading for all of you. It goes out to a lot of Virgos, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to click or make any sense to you, it's possible that it's not for you. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your other signs. We also have general readings each and every day but Monday for all signs. And starting on tonight, every Sunday night, we put a weekly reading that's a pick-a-card reading for all signs as well. You can find all of that right in the if you go to the free tarot readings link right on my website in the main menu, you can find all that stuff. My website's at ariels-corner.com, Ariel's Corner with a hyphen.com. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you follow us, and you can watch on Twitch without any ads by subscribing to us there. If you'd like to give us a donation, you can do that by going to paypal.me/ArielGatoga, paypal.me/ArielGatoga. If you're watching live on YouTube, you could use a super sticker or super chat to give a donation, or on a restream, you could also use a super thanks. I don't read with card reversal, so you'll see me flipping cards right side up. It's just my way of reading. It's just as valid as reading with reversals. All is well, I promise. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. We carry all the different tarot decks that I read with that are still in print, and we actually don't carry them, we list them, because those are all affiliate links, which means that we make a very small commission off of each and every sale, but we do appreciate your support. But mostly what we appreciate, Virgo, is that you're here today for this 2-week reading, so I'm going to shuffle this one more time just for good measure, cut this deck cleanly, and then we'll see what's in the cards for the next 2 weeks for all of you gorgeous Virgos. Let's see. Starting out with the Page of Wands. Now, what's the... Didn't you just see me shuffling and shuffling and shuffling, and then I cut exact same card in the same position as in the general reading? Okay, then we have the Knight of Swords, and then we have the Death card. So we love the Death card. The Death card is a good thing. This Knight of Swords is talking about your kind of propensity to be swayed by people that don't really that are in ways that you don't want to be swayed. This isn't about them. This is about you. And it's saying, a lot of times people can wind us up. A lot of times people can want to kind of recruit us or enroll us in their way of thinking or their way of doing things. And right now, that's not a good thing for you. Right now, it's good for you to keep your own counsel and to question everything. And it's not that I want you to be paranoid and think that everybody else is out to get you, because like I said, it's not about them. It's about you allowing yourself to know that you know exactly what you need to do. You don't need to be pulled into anybody else's drama. And you definitely don't need to get all upset about other people and what they're doing. It's time for you to, at least for the next couple weeks, to pull back and focus on Virgo and not worry about what other people think, what other people do, what other people say. And definitely don't let yourself get wound up. This is not the right time for that. Sometimes it's okay to get all up in it and, to get all enthused by things or get all angry about stuff. I mean, that has its place. It's just not right for now. All right. So, and the good news about that is if you don't allow yourself to get all into that, then you're not going to be putting a delay on things that need to be happening. And one of those things that needs to be happening is certain problems are ready to die. problems that are long-standing problems for many of you, are ready to die for good. Things that you never thought you were going to be able to say goodbye to are ready to die. But the ego doesn't want that to happen. So the ego constructs things in such a way that says, well, maybe if you get real distracted by these other people, or real upset by these other people, or real enthused by these other people, or real, all up into helping these other people or doing things with these other people, distracting you, then we won't let these problems die. These problems can stay alive longer. The ego trades in seemingly unsolvable problems, and those seemingly unsolvable problems are about to get solved in a way that you never thought was possible. So try to heed this card's advice, and that is to keep to your own counsel, excuse me, and don't allow anything or anyone around you to wind you up, either in what you might think of as a positive or a negative way. Valet de bâton, that Page of Wands is talking about, we were talking about this in the general reading, and it applies here as well, having a beginner's mind in regards to things that you are good at, things that you're an expert at, Virgo, things that you are really good at doing, things that you love, allowing yourself to not think of yourself as the expert that you are, but allow yourself to think of yourself as a student that knows nothing. What that's going to do is it's going to thrust you into a new level of expertise and ability in those certain areas of your life. So there's a lot of things, or at least, I don't know if there's a lot of things, but there are things that you're really good at and that you are an expert at. And it's saying if you can approach those things with a beginner's mind, your expertise is going to go through the roof. Because when we do that, we open our minds more. And the more open our minds, the more receptive we are. And that receptivity gets filled up with good things, good information. All right, let's open everybody up and see what else is afoot. We've got an Ace of Coins, yahoo! We've got a Six of Wands, yes. And we've got this Pope card. Really wonderful. One of the things that's dying, one of the problems that's dying, it has to do with authority figures or something that seems like you're powerless in the presence of. Something that seems like, well, this is just the way it is. There's no hope for me. I'm just going to have to just grin and bear it because this is the cross I must bear in this life. Those problems are ready to just kind of evaporate and die and be gone. And it's up to you how much struggle that it requires. So that's why it's saying if you can just not get wound up, not get upset, not allow anybody to, because let's look at it this way. Knights are helpers and swords are conflicts and problems. You don't want anything or anyone to help you into problem, to help you into conflict. So anything that seems like it's trying to help you into something you don't want, you just disengage from it completely. In fact, it's saying do more than disengage. Call on that solar light. Call on that solar light to reorganize things in such a way that those things do not touch you and that you are no longer even hooked by them in any way. If you can do that, then these problems die in a very painless, sort of like non-dramatic way. In fact, it's almost very anticlimactic the way they just kind of end. And it's just like, is that over? What happened to the War of Armageddon? I thought it was going to be this big dramatic thing. And it's just gone. It's just gone because you made the choice. You made the decision not to get hooked. And then you allowed those problems to die their natural death. Now, this Ace of Coins is gorgeous because this is setting the stage for the entirety of this reading in many ways, because it's working along with that beginner's mind we were talking about. That it's saying if you open your mind and see yourself as a beginner and look with wonder at everything that is about you, then what that does is it makes you much more prone to what is oftentimes referred to as beginner's luck. It's not luck. It just seems like luck because you're innocent, you're open, you're receptive, you're learning, and when you're in that kind of a place, everything happens for you. It just happens, and that includes for you the financing that's necessary for certain things. So financial quote luck is yours if you keep that sort of innocent, open perspective about things. Calling on that solar light is taking center stage here. For those of you who aren't familiar with that term, the solar light, it's just an occult term that represents a higher power. And this is a very specific sense of the higher power that comes from the sixth sphere of the Hermetic Tree of Life. And that sphere deals with things like salvation and miracles. And the reason why is because if you think about what the sun is, what is the symbol for that sphere, if you think about how dependent we are on the sun, when you think about who we are as beings of the earth compared to the sun, there's no way that we can be arrogant. There's no way, because without the sun, we can't do anything, right? So if the sun decided, well, I'm not going to do this anymore, I'm going to just turn myself out, and then we'd be out of luck. There's nothing we could do about it, right? So we're dependent on the sun. And in the same way that we're dependent on the sun, if you call on what that sun represents for us, which is a universal power, not just the solar power, but it's a universal power, and recognize how dependent you are on that universal power, then what that universal power can do is do for you everything that you cannot do for yourself. Isn't that wonderful? And what this is called is the divine design. Just like the orbits around the sun of the planets, they're a divine design. They know exactly where they're going. They know exactly what to do. There's no guesswork. It's all very scientifically accurate. Same thing goes with you. There's a divine design for your life, just like for everybody's life. There's nobody's random. There's no real, a lot of people think, well, the universe is chaos, but if you really look at it scientifically, there's no chaos there. The atoms function a certain way, molecules function in a certain way, star systems function in a certain way, organisms function in a certain way. And on a higher level, your entire soul functions in a certain way. And that certain way is the guarantor of your happiness and your prosperity and your joy and the solving of your problems and everything. So when you align with that solar light, you cut out the middleman and you just allow that innocence that you're encouraging in yourself to be filled up by that. Now, when it's filled up by that, then there's nothing that you have to worry about anymore. You're just like right on the divine design. You're not making mistakes anymore. You're not trying to create your own design in place of the divine design. You're just enjoying being you and allowing all of the good that is your divine right to manifest in the way that it's supposed to. And it also takes care of these problems that are not part of the divine design. And like I said, they can just kind of go away with like a little whimper without any fanfare. And that's exactly what we want. So the way to handle any sense of emotional reaction to people or this feeling of being hooked by people is go right straight to that solar light, because the solar light knows that that's not part of any of it. It's not part of the divine design. You can listen to my solar light meditation if you'd like. I have two different versions. You can just search on YouTube for Katoga Solar Light. Also, there's a meditation that you might want to listen to based on this death card, and it's called Letting Problems Die. And there's another meditation based on this Pope card called Overcoming Feelings of Powerlessness. So all of those things are really good for you. Mostly what's important for you is to just stay centered, stay in your innocence, and allow yourself to be guided and led by the divine design of your life, knowing that it's got you. And don't make decisions all by yourself. Instead, call on that solar light to help guide you. You're going to do great, Virgo. You're going to be so happy these things are gone. You're going to look back and say, what happened to all those problems? It's wonderful. All right, I'll be back in 2 weeks for another 2-week reading for you, Virgo. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Dre and Shirley, and we will see you in 2 weeks, Virgo. Blessed be.